Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good whatever, depending on where you are, and welcome back to the Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition Randomizer Singles Tournament Swiss Stage Round 2. We've got Sigma versus Mad Insane coming up right here, right now, and here to call the action with me is none other than Covert Muffin.
Yo, fan, how you doing today, man?
Doing fantastic.
All right, yeah, we have quite the matchup here for you today, folks. Sigmasin is none other than the creator of the Ori Randomizer and has been a significant driving force in the development of the randomizer over the past good portion of its lifetime. And then Mad Insane in the other corner is the second place finisher from the previous randomizer tournament and is also known around the community to be able to pull out these amazing strats in these really starved situations.
Yeah, Mad Insane has been, quite the pioneer in the randomizer in terms of coming up with a whole bunch of like minimum skill set, low skill set strats to, access locations that we really never thought about before in a regular speed run. But Sigma is definitely no slouch. I'd say overall Sigma definitely has the better execution and has really caught up in knowledge of all these strats over the last year since the last tournament.
Yeah, Sigma's approach to the randomizer is very fascinating in that he has been pushing down really average low times across the spectrum. Like all these weekly races that we've been doing over the past couple of months, he's been a top contender, if not finishing in first in each one of them. And then Mad Insane also has been a top contender in a lot of them as well. So this match could be very, very close, but we are slightly favoring Sigma for this one, right, fan?
Yeah, Mad Insane's been a little bit nervous coming in to this race. He knows how much of a capable player Sigma is, and he thinks if he's going to win, he's going to have to get lucky somehow, but he's not going to let that affect his game. He's going to play the randomizer as he plays the randomizer, and if Rando happens to Sigma or Mad Insane, well, that's randomizer. But here we go. We are off. Look at that sync. Very well-timed cutscene skips, and good luck on your rando, guys.
Good luck, guys. Yeah, it's really going to be interesting to see how the seed forms around it. Both of these runners are adept at reading the logic and knowing what the game sort of wants them to do in terms of progression. But here's the first pickup, and it is a keystone, so left glades is definitely going to be a very probable early play.
Yep, 3 more pickups remaining that are so-called free at the beginning of the game that you immediately have access to. And very likely we're going to see another keystone. But there are still a couple options for some weird routes at the beginning. We've seen a lot of like early teleporters and map stones where you have to take a teleporter to a completely different part of the map to put in a map stone. And hey, look at that, Muffin. We got a map stone.
Yeah, and there it is, that map stone. So if we find a teleporter like Grotto or Swamp early, then something could be gated in a multi-pronged map stone turn-in. So going up to that map stone count of 2 or 3 might be a powerful indicator early if they end up finding a teleport.
All right, well, still 2 more pickups remaining. I'm sure there's a very high chance one of them is indeed a keystone, and we'll be progressing to left glades, but only time will tell.
But yeah, here we go. So up here, there's a keystone down below as they work through grabbing a little bit of experience, which is going to be nice to get those early ability points to be able to work through Black Roof Burrows, or BRB as we call it. And here it is, the third keystone is another keystone.
All right, we're going left, Muffin.
Yeah, let's do it. So left glades is nice because a lot of the pickups are really easy to access if we just find some form of verticality or wall interaction, if you will, and then they are pretty quick to grab as well. But 2 energy in the water. Sigma and Mad are going to opt to skip it for now, but that is really nice because if they end up finding more energy cells, this can make a really easy Moon Grotto play by going through Death Dollar.
Yeah, a lot of times you can like alt-R after checking that fake flippers pickup, as we call it, but the 2 energy has no current use right now other than getting more saves. So I'm sure once they get closer to that 4 energy barrier, they could head back in there. They know where it is. It's going to be in the back of their minds.
Yeah,
don't really need to worry about it for now. Oh, look at that, Muffin.
Wow, that is a great pickup. An early charge jump gets them to verticality and charge flame, so they could get access to charge flame tree really early on, but then also just break plants, and this is going to limit a lot of backtracking that they're going to do. But a little bit of a routing divergence, I want to draw attention. Sigma actually has to wait for this door to open, but Matt's going to opt to go left first. This is a fine choice. But Matt actually already opened that key door, so saving just a little bit of time on Madden's side by putting those keystones in a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I think Madden, since he hasn't put the keys, well, Madden has put in the keystones, but
Yeah.
Probably was planning on coming back up here with a whole bunch more keystones later on to open the way to Hollow Grove. But with that charge jump, charge flame combo, sorry, we just found the Sunstone over at Spirit Cavern. That's a very early Sunstone. Maybe we'll see Horu come into play here.
Oh man. Yeah, I can't think of two runners who I would like to see more have to compete while digging through Horu to find Water Vein. That would be so excellent. Definitely keep your eyes out for that first clue when it appears. And hopefully it's a Water Vein Horu.
Yeah, but this early skill combo of Charge Flame and Charge Jump, they can just head straight to the Charge Flame tree, break the ceiling, and head out of there. And don't even have to worry about burning 4 keystones on the 4 keystone door at the top of Spirit Caverns.
Yeah, it's a really good point there, because if you burn those 4 keystones, and that's 4 more pickups that you have to dig for, that are keystones to be able to make up that equivalent or do something like a key dupe in a certain area. And so being able to save those resources is actually a nice way to save time later on in the seed. But just various cleanup from our runners so far, no more progression. While interaction can be somewhere on the map, but because Spider Sack area is open to them, it might even be possible that it could just be on the right-hand side of the map.
Yeah, so you see Madden walked his way or jumped his way out of the wall jump area, is now cleaning up Spirit Caverns himself, so we'll get that Sunstone. I'm sure at this point we have a couple options. We could see them venture into BRB or go to the Charge Flame tree. Either one of those is a good option.
Yeah, so
it looks like Sigma, is heading to BRB.
Yeah, and Sigma also opting not to check the Frankie Walk pickup right now, but it's only a keystone, so no major advantage there from Matt. But we're going to see if Matt also follows Sigma into Black Group Burrows or if he makes a play for C play. It looks like he's going for C.
Yep, and I do like this play. You know, there's a bunch of pickups over there. Maybe one of them will be wall interaction, just to make the BRB venture a little bit faster.
Yeah, for sure. And a nice thing also on Madden Satan's screen is he actually used the Mega Health, which increases temporary max health by +5 to do a poison swim to grab that energy cell at Fake Flippers, and then opts to swim back out. So he didn't even have to Alt-R. So being able to get that pickup by keeping his health high might play an advantage for him going into this mid-game section with that extra energy cell.
All right, but here we go. Charged Flame for Madden Satan does pick up a mapstone there. So if Sigma does not find a map zone and decides to head all the way down to the Raziel No area, he will not be able to put that in immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, and look at that glide for Madden Satan. That's going to make BRB quite a bit easier.
Yeah,
especially with the charge jump combo.
Yeah, for sure. That's a really nice safety net, fan. Because without wall interaction, a lot of these vertical pillars can be absolutely terrifying to jump on. But Sigma also just making really quick work of BRB. I really like how he's routing this. Manipulating the platform cycles to work for him in that final room by jumping over the trigger to light up that lantern to open the doors. A really, really nice strat for him. We're going to see what is that dash tree on the Sigma screen a little bit.
All right, well, Madden Satan is just going to be following in Sigma's footsteps for a little bit. Just going to be able to make things a little bit faster for him, having glide. For example, at the bottom on the way to the BRB orb, he can just charge jump up and float all the way over. Doesn't have to worry about accidentally falling into the spikes.
Yeah, and here we go. Wow, look at this, fan. Sigma opting for the 3 red trees abilities. This is going to increase the range. Watch on the left, because he might actually try and blow up this plant. Okay, so he's going to check the map zone first, but watch on the left, folks. I don't... This might just barely be in range. And... Oh, he's not going to go for it. Okay. Maybe he's just waiting... No, there's got to be something, man. But this is...
No, he was just doing the cutscenes, or the cutscene stack.
Oh, yeah.
So where's he going now? Oh!
That is incredible, dude. The strats coming out of Sigma. So what that ability ended up doing was increasing the blast radius of Charge Flame. That does go through things like floors and walls and stuff to affect things. And so that allowed Sigma to actually check that plant to find a health cell. So he knows that's there if he wants it later, maybe to damage boost through a certain section or something like that. But having glide on the map, we know that's not going to be too much of a problem.
Yeah, so Sigma now, this appears to be his play over for the third energy cell that he remembers is there, and also using that mega health to safely make it down and back up. And then Sigma's going to head to the charged flame tree, and then I'm thinking most likely we're going to see him continue on into the spider sack area, potentially left valley depending on how he's feeling.
Yeah. Also note that Sigma opted to skip boulder play. This is something that I've heard him talk about before, and it's like about a minute or something like that if you decide to go down and check it for not too many pickups. But with charge jump on the field, that area actually is in logic, I believe, because you can just charge jump over the boulder and let it roll from under you. So we're gonna see if Matt decides to make the play down there, because progression could potentially be down there as Sigma on the left picks up his slide pickup.
Yeah, but Sigma does have, well, both the runners have access to pretty much the entire right side of the map, barring a couple areas like the Stomp Tree. So, Grotto, we can get down there, all swamps, so some very pickup dense locations. It looks like Sigma is going to be heading over to that spider sack area. And Mad Insane, meanwhile, trying to charge jump up there, but doesn't get it. And is also out of energy, so will not be able to do the... Oh, wait, hang on. Hey, look at that. Mad Insane goes back to the save.
Yeah, but also I want to draw your attention to the left. Sigma actually setting his experience up in a very specific fashion. Watch this on the left. He has to pick up some more energy first. Oh no, he doesn't. He has 3 max energy, but he might just do that anyway. So here he's gonna drop down, kill the spider, and set up an intentional level up to be able to refill his energy and open that 4 energy door. And the pickup is a health cell. Okay, so that's a nice little bit of a resource, but
all right, yeah, so that's a nice little pickup for Sigma, getting that health, until we find clean water and a whole bunch of abilities. You need to hit like a certain HP threshold to make it through this game. And hold on, that is Stomp in the spider sack area. Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, that actually is huge, because not having something like Climb is not going to allow him to have an easy swamp entry. There is a route that you can use Charge Flame and Charge Jump, but you need wall interaction to be able to get through it. But having Stomp just allows Sigma to make that early Stomp.
Oh, there's extra double jump. And Mad Insane, meanwhile, did head down to the Raziel No area. We already got just a bunch of nothing from the actual XP, but he is going to use an ability point, glitch this boulder.
What? He destroyed the boulder?
I've never seen that. It's still there. It's just like a dust cloud.
Wait,
what?
Oh, wow, what? I have never seen that before. What a play from Mad, dude. I am so
wow.
confused.
That's great.
Oh man. Why am I not surprised, dude? Just Mad pulling out the strats. Alright, Sigma on the left is now in Hollow Grove. Mad not really actually finding anything from this boulder escape. Grabbing the teleporter for a quicker revisit later when he decides, but he's going to be following in Sigma's footsteps as he heads through Spider Sack area to be able to get access to the right-hand side of the map.
Yeah, and with Stomp in hand, yeah, now what I said about a couple things being locked off, no, they could get pretty much everything outside of the grenade locked locations over here now.
Yeah, for sure. So Sigma checking this
point. Oh, look at that, there's double jump. So I think...
Yeah, that's his wall interaction. That's exactly what Sigma was looking for. So every single time you run into a wall or land on the ground, it refreshes your double jump. So there's a little bit of pseudo wall interaction you can do where you just quickly tap the wall over and over again to be able to climb up walls. It's a little bit tricky, but runners of Sigma and Mad's caliber, I'm sure they'll be fine with it. As Sigma now making the play for Stomp Tree.
Yep, and with Stomp and Charge Jumps, it's going to be a very easy entry. No shenanigans have to be made here. Just blow up the plant, Stomp, and then Charge Jump, and hey, you're in. He also has another Mapstone, so he will be able to place it in. Just an ability cell for Mapstone number 3. And also, on your right, we're getting some new information as well from Mad Insane. This is the Valley entry area. Just decided to check the Stomp pickup and get out of there. But, hang on. Is he going to try and energy glitch the Grotto door, the Death Gauntlet door?
Oh, it looks like he might. This is actually really tricky. Wow, he got that so quick. That's amazing.
Yeah, and now he's going to go refill his energy and put the rest in. Or, okay, or not. I'm mistaken.
That's okay. I'm actually a little bit concerned here for Sigma. He's only on 2 health, and he can't... Oh, no, there's a health refill right there. Okay, that's good. So he can't actually end up damaging anything, but getting through this section without something like wall jump is pretty tricky. But
yeah.
Nice, he sets up the damage boost and gets over there. Those spikes can be really, really annoying to get past.
Yeah, he also has triple jumps. That makes things a little bit easier for him as well.
Oh, yeah.
Keystone from the Stomp Tree. Oh, and we get our Gumon seal clue. No, Muffin, this is kind of odd. I don't think I've ever seen the Stomp Tree as the third tree giving the first clue. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And now Sigma is altaring out. We're going to see what he does next. I'm guessing.
Oh, wait, no, never mind. We already had that. My mistake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had the dash tree, the charge flip tree, and the double jump tree. So forget everything I just said. That was the fourth tree.
Yeah. All good. Yeah, and so Mad now is killing things. Maybe he's also trying to set up his experience in a certain way or just get an energy cell. He's probably going to put the energy into the door in a similar way like he did. But it looks like Mad's play here in Spider Sack area is also going to get him stomped. But Sigma with Stomp in hand is now opting to do the Boulder Escape. Or maybe he's going to head down to Light Grenade Tree, fan.
I don't know. I think what he's going to do is, like, currently most of Grotto is in Logic. So he can head over here, and if he wants to, glitch his way in, but I don't think he's going to worry about Light Grenade for now. He's going to use the Stomp Peg on the right of this area and use that to enter Grotto area, like, basically from the bottom.
Yeah, that's a really nice place. It just absolutely cuts his time to get over there by a significant margin. Right, because Death Gauntlet is still close because Sigma only has 3 energy. As Mad finds Stomp on the right-hand side of your screen, but Sigma on the left, this is going to get him access to Double Jump Tree and a much shorter path.
Right. And also doesn't have to worry about glitching the cutscene at the top of the bridge area to get this cell that he's currently going over. But if he decides to check that area anyway, he's probably going to check it with that bridge cutscene glitch. Yeah, there it is. Mapstone number 4 appeared to be nothing, and a keystone from the side fall cell. Now we'll see what he decides to do in Grotto. Still sitting at 3 energy. He has like, well, that was nice from Sigma, not spawning Gumo there in that little cutscene. A little bit wonky, but
yeah, Sigma opting to not dig in left side anymore. He's actually pretty comfortable with the skill set he has right now. He has the verticality from Charge Jump and then Stomp also to break various floors. Charge Flame for the final escape is going to be able to help out a good amount. And he's also finding lots and lots of health cell pickups. So this is going to allow him to damage boost in certain sections, including the final escape, in a very, very comfortable fashion.
all right, so look at that, another energy. So there's an actual 4th energy cell. Now, currently, we still don't have like 4 in Logic energy cells because we did get the one that was in the Poison Water, which is not expected by the Logic. But I'm sure in all of Grotto and all of Swamp, there is more energy around. You know, Mad Insane has picked up Double Jump as well, so both of them are now evened up on skills. And see where Mad Insane opts to go. Doesn't have any more energy, so cannot break that plan. He's gonna head over here to the left and grab an extra energy. Refill. Attempt to get the map zone. Okay, there he goes. And break that plant. Sigma collecting another health stone, so our health cell up to 7 total. So getting pretty comfortable there.
Yeah, I really...
5th tree. Yeah, that was the 5th tree for Sigma, so 1 more, and we could get that water vein clue.
Nice. Yeah, exactly. And this is one of the reasons I really like Sigma's route so far, is he's just been pushing for trees in the most direct way possible. Because really finding where water vein is going to tell him which section he's going to need to dig in a lot more. And also sort of give him an idea of whether or not he needs certain skills in order to be able to continue on. And in fact, yeah, he's just going to make the play to push Light Grenade Tree right now, fan. I really like this a lot.
Yeah. And with triple jump, that'll make things a little bit easier, so he can avoid spending all his abilities if he so chooses, because can't quite see how many he has. 1 or a number higher than 1. Okay, it's actually 6. He has a ton of ability points.
Oh yeah, easy peasy. And so he's going to be able to work his way up to Charge Dash. So if Dash actually ends up becoming on the map, it shouldn't be down here, but it could appear later in the run as well. Dash is one of those pickups that can just kind of randomly appear at any point in time.
Yeah, now lacking Bash, lacking Glide, lacking the Sorrow TP. Sorrow is going to be quite a tough tree to go get to. So I'm sure... Wait, hang on. That was the Gumon seal for Madness.
Oh, yes.
We're in Right Swamp.
Yeah, so Forlorn could come into the picture. They also have Stomp as well, and so that's pretty much all they need to really get down there besides maybe wall interaction. But Matt is going to be continuing to work on here, as Sigma on the left is going to be getting the next clue.
And it wasn't the water vein clue.
Wow, oh, that's rough, man. So now Sigma knows he needs to go to left side, so no bash yet, no wall interaction. If you're Sigma in this case, fan, do you opt to just dig for some high density areas and hope to find something like bash?
Yeah, I do basically exactly what Sigma's doing right now. Head back over to Grotto, use that 4 energy to enter the Death Gauntlet. There are still a ton of pickups here that are very close together that he can get. So, and for sure, probably we're going to see some sort of progression here. At least like Glide. If he can get Glide, that'll make the Sorrow visit a lot easier.
Yeah, and this like extra energy is an the Wind Restore pickup. So if Sigma just makes it over to Valley, he's going to have a much easier time of working his way into Sorrow initially, but still no climb, no bash, no dash is going to make getting through that first vertical shaft in Sorrow a little bit tricky, but maybe if you find Sorrow TP, he's going to be able to get past all of that.
Yeah, and there's also the problem, like even if he does find Glide, we'll still need to get past the kill plane in Valley. Now there is a glitch you can do to like despawn Kuro there. Wait, they have Glide. Oh my. What am I thinking? Dude, all right. We have Glide.
Yeah, it's randomizing both the pickups and then our memories of pickups.
Got too much round in the last couple of days, Muffin.
Yeah,
I don't know if my brain can handle it. Yeah, so, well, they have Glide, they have Wind Restored, but yeah, you still need to get past the kill plane or damage boost your way through like the fast stompless area, as we call it.
Yeah, here we go. Nice use of that Charge Flame ability that extended the range to catch these plants through walls that you would normally not expect to be able to get to in this manner. So nicely done from Sig. He's going to head back down into lower Moon Grotto. I do like this play, and we were mentioning that there's lots of pickups here, but also because Grotto does have lots of pickups and they're easy to get to, it does have that higher probability of initially having the progression for the mid game.
All right, so we see Mad Insane also gonna charge jump over the cutscene trigger there, nice. So it doesn't have to worry about any lasers spawning. And we'll see if Mad Insane also chooses to make a detour to the Death Gauntlet, or if he's going to take the approach of Sigma and just get that 6th tree as soon as he possibly can.
Yeah, so Mad knows he doesn't have quite intended progression to be able to go over to the left side as well, so he might just be making the play to check density right now. But how much longer until he puts off that Light Grenade tree? He just spent a bunch of ability points, so I imagine it's going to be a bit of time.
Oh, hey, charge dash efficiency. All right.
Oh, all right.
Now we just need to find Dash, Muffin.
Yep. Where is Dash? But yeah, here we go. Sigma going down into lower left Moon Grotto now to check the pickups he initially skipped over to see if progression's here. So far, so nothing, but he does have enough energy to be able to work his way down into the ball. And wow, 6 energy so far. That's going to be nice for late game for being able to just save everywhere.
And 3 of these energy cells have been in poison water, Muffin. so we still don't have like 4 in logic energy cells, I don't think.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Here we go, Mad Insane picking up Wind Restored. So once again, evened up on skills. But I think once Sigma finds either Bash or the Sorrow TP, that's going to be pretty much his go mode to finish the left side.
Yeah, and that's pretty intimidating, fan, because Sigma clearing out more of Moon Grotto so far than Mad, and he's also up by 2 trees. So Sigma definitely taking a bit of a lead here in this mid-game portion, but it's who's going to find that progression first, and it could be... Oh, there's Grenade! All right, so if Sigma finds Climb, that's actually going to be really, really good for him. That allows him grenade jumps, and that allows them to get through certain areas. But also Grenade allows us to check more pickups across the map, right, fam?
Yep, but there aren't too many grenade pickups in Logic. So, okay, yeah, well, there's Bash. All right, that's it. Sigma is probably completely set with these skills. Imagine we're going to see him take that teleporter over to Valley and head, or Hollow Grove, sorry, and head into Valley and just start cleaning up his tree.
Yeah, Sigma is in hardcore lumberjack mode, or rather just going for trees is what we end up describing that mode as. He's not quite go mode because he doesn't know where Water Vein is yet in order to be able to search for it, but he has Grenade and he has Bash, and so this is and like all these other skills. So pretty much every single area on the map is going to be accessible once he finds out where Water Vein is.
Yeah, that's potentially terrifying weapon.
Yeah.
There could be a lot of terrible spots for the Water Vein to be, but at least it doesn't have to worry about being in any grenade locked locations.
Dude, man, I imagine if chat just bless RNG plus Horu, Water Vein Horu, it's probably going to affect the logic of this currency that was already predetermined in time for the clue.
Yeah, it's like, so obviously that means the randomizer must only place pickups once one player has found them. Until then, they're just like randomly rotating around the map.
Yeah, something like that. I do like Mad's chances here for finding Bash shortly after finding Grenade. He's going to come down here to most likely check these pickups. But this is the important part. Is he just going to opt to not do the vault after he picks this energy cell up from the water? Or is he indeed going to end up going through the crushers to check that? This is the important moment, folks, on the right. And he does go down. Okay. Whew. Excellent.
Yeah, potential crisis averted, but you can clear everything down here, so pretty nice location to check.
Yeah, and now Sigma is going to be picking up his next quote-unquote tree, which is going to be Feather, which is just another skill location that comes towards our progression to being able to unlock the final escape.
All right, Feather or Sigma shortly. Maybe the Feather will be the Water Vein.
Oh man, that would be so nice. That would be so jet. No, just experience.
Yeah, no, it's like you're never gonna find what you need just on the way. It's got to be really far out of the way.
Yeah, exactly, Fan. It's not about actually finding Water Vein, but it's about the experience you pick up along the way.
Yeah, so the way Sigma did this area on the right that Mad Insane currently is in is that he did this after already clearing the double tree, so he was able to altar right out of here and then go check the grenade pickup. But Mad Insane still has to get to the double jump tree, so has to do this like slow walk out of the area to get what he needs.
Yeah, and here we go. Sigma on the left in Sorrow. We're going to see exactly how he decides to traverse up. Not having dash here or climb is going to make breaking the ceiling a little bit difficult, but wow, watch this on the left. He's going to try and get this frog into a really specific micro ledge, and this is very, very, very precise and very difficult to do. Oh, looks like he got it!
Off.
Oh no! That was so close. So the frog can slide off, that's okay.
All right.
Oh, nice.
So Sigma's going to do the alternative strat using the tear break method. Works the same as the top. He's just going to charge jump into the spikes and break the ceiling.
Nicely done. Yeah, finding those ability point pickups are really, really nice for that. But yeah, here we go. Sigma now going to be making it to his next tree, which is going to be one tree away now after he collects charge jump tree from finding out that clue. So after he finishes this, he's most likely going to go to Misty and collect that and then head on out. But Mad opting to end up doing the mini boss. Didn't look like anything important there, but...
Yeah, it's just XP down there.
Yeah.
Man, you know, thankfully, these runners have a whole bunch of keystones. And Mad Insane highlighting his no-move keystone.
Yeah, and there we go. Sigma alt-Ring out, using that bash grenade to get a little bit of velocity, returning to neutral inputs. Nicely done. And is going to be heading back to Valley to go over to Misty.
Oh, Mad Insane. Okay, all right, we're good.
I've taken so many deaths to that crusher before. I'm not gonna lie. Oh man.
All right, now yeah, Sigma gonna be quickly approaching the 9th tree and the final clue that will reveal Water Vein location. But I'm sure we're gonna see Sigma clear most of the pickups or all of the pickups on the way to the climb tree, because there is a probability or a non-zero chance that Water Vein is in Misty itself, and you never want to leave something at the front of Misty. It's just because of the way it works, Muffin.
Yeah, for sure. Revisiting Misty is really rough because it's a very linear area. You have to travel from point A to point B to be able to unlock the next portion of that zone. And so skipping pickups, and then if he gets a clue for Water Vein and Misty, he's going to have to like backtrack all the way back to Climb Tree, or just like bless RNG if he ended up skipping pickups to continue on. But not for Sigma's case. He's just going to be nice and thorough, grab some extra resources on his way, and maybe even find something like wall interaction. If he actually picks up climb here, that could be really, really useful.
All right, now Mad Insane did not get did he get? He did not get grenade.
He got grenade, but I don't believe he actually ended up going up to bash quite yet. So we're gonna see if Matt is kind of thinking that he's in some sort of pseudo lumberjack mode or go mode for himself, or if he's going to end up checking some pickups. Coming over here for the energy cell and checking some stuff down here. So it looks like he does want to scout for some more pickups.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's the light grenade. All right. So I wonder how far he's going to go down here. Lacking dash and lacking clean water. There's not too much you could do down here.
Yeah, for sure. And this is just while Matt is digging here and not heading directly for trees, Sigma is doing the exact opposite. He's very, very close to his 9th tree coming over to the climb tree.
Yeah, and Sigma having all the skills he needs to complete the seed in a pretty speedy fashion. Just needs to find the water vein. So really, regardless of where it is, it's going to be really rough. Maybe impossible for Matt to catch up from this.
Yeah. All right, here it is. Horu, give it to me.
Yes! No!
Yes!
What did you do? This is all your fault.
Yes, we did it. Oh, man.
No, we didn't do it. You did it.
I'm a monster. Oh, man. Dude, this seed couldn't get any better. Luckily, they do have the Sunstone, so Sigma knows that he can just head on over to Mount Horu. But not having Swamp Teleporter is going to cause him to head up. It'll be interesting to see what Sigma actually does coming up from Moon Grotto. Does he opt to go over to the Swamp Teleporter? Or he does have Stomp and Bash, so actually getting access to the Horu Fields Teleporter could be a play. I'm actually not sure which one would be faster in this situation.
Well, considering Sigma still needs to go to Ginso, it may be better to just activate that teleporter so you can teleport straight over there, go into Ginso, then teleport to Horu. Because the Horu teleporter is definitely not free. We'll see what he decides to do. But he's leaning left, so it's like, who needs that swamp teleporter?
Yeah, I like this because potentially the time it would take him to like track over to the right away from Horu to activate the swamp and then come all the way back to the left might be more costly, but no, just opting not to grab any teleporter there, Fanny. He's just gonna come back up from Moon Grotto. Or... Nope. No, he wants it. Okay.
Alright, there we go.
Yeah,
so I've never timed going from the Horu teleporter to the Ginso tree, but it seems like it'd definitely be faster than the Grotto TP.
Yeah, me neither. This was something I asked about like a few days ago, so it'll be interesting to see. I definitely need to time it out myself at some point. But Sigma making that play, going over here, activating the Horu teleporter. So when he decides to, he has to revisit Horu at some point to be able to finish the game. When he decides to head to Ginso as well, he'll use that.
Yeah, so Mad Insane, while Sigma makes his way to Horu, Mad Insane activated the grenade tree, or grenade door here, but was unfortunately not over ground, so fell down to the bottom and took a costly death there trying to get back up. That's a lot of XP.
Wow. Yeah, that pickup was not expected to be acquired until very, very late. So maybe that's a hint that Dash is actually not in a friendly location.
Right, Sigma now at Horu entrance. Will actually do his first of 2 door warps in this seed. There's a pickup very close to where door warp lets you out, the so-called validation XP. Let's see if for once it's actually the water vein.
Don't do it, BL4. Yes, it's experience. I mean, oh no, poor Sigma.
And now we're gonna see him do the save drop, get the second fastest pickup to get in Horu. But if it's not here, Muffin, we're floating to the top.
Yes, with the map stone. All right, so Sigma now going to make the play as Mad Insane on the right finds Bash. So Mad's now going to be able to head over to the left side, and he's going to be following in Sigma's footsteps as Sigma traverses his way in one of the spookiest dungeons in the entire game.
Yeah, this dungeon, there's no easy words to say it. It's just awful all around. If it's not what you need in the first 2 pickups, it's like you're going to be here for quite a while.
Yeah, like thank goodness for quad jump. Quad jump definitely helping Sigma out a good amount. But as we get some lore here on the left, but still no wall interaction, no climb, no wall jump. So it's going to be tricky. And I know people don't usually go and practice the Horu segment all that much while they're preparing for randomizer races.
All right, so there are 3 pickups here that Sigma could get. The first one is nothing. The second one
All right.
is a Spirit Flame upgrade. Okay.
All right, one more before we consign ourselves to pain.
Oh man.
All right, come on, man. All right, Ori has to gaze up at the rock, questioning life itself.
It's like, how did it end up like this?
Yep.
And
17 experience.
we're going deeper, Muffin.
Oh, we're going deep. Oh man. I mean, by any stretch of the imagination, Sigma definitely still is very, very well comfortably in the lead. Like, Matt is just now working his way over to the left side. So Sigma would have to die definitely a good amount. But on the right, Matt actually doing a really cool strat where he's going to be stacking.
Oh yes, I love that.
Yeah, so while he's like looking up at the bird, he activates the death, but he's invulnerable during that death plane. So it creates this bizarre state where he can't like drop a save, but he can still save on like spirit walls and stuff. So he's gonna come up here, stomp the rocks to get Feather because the death plane is no longer active, and then he is going to quit and reload to bring him back to a normal state.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I do love this strat when you have Wind Restored and Glide. You can also do it if you just have Dash by doing like a simple Dash Glide off the Valley Teleporter. But we didn't have either of those.
Yeah, it's so cool. All right, Sigma on the left having to go through this room, mostly casually able to stomp one of the elementals through the door to quick up the process just a little bit, but just bashing their own shots into them, and then safely gliding back down.
Oh man, Muffin. How far into Horu are we going to have to go?
Yeah, so after this section, he's going to unlock a pickup and another section of R. So heading down to R3 next, we're going to see if he has to make the R4 play or if he is going to be able to get Water Vein, exit out of there, and head on over to Ginso Tree.
All right, here we go, Muffin.
Oh, this is actually going to be pretty tricky. So in this section, you actually have to like hold on to a column while there are like gouts of fire that are just constantly screaming, and they like alternate on either side. But Sigma doesn't have wall jump. He doesn't have climb to be able to go through the section pretty simply. So this
but he has something he has something even better than wall interaction, and that is the double jump ability. Just sit on the top until danger arrives. Just float there and do a couple double jumps to get back up. Easy.
Yeah, there we go. Nicely done. Nice job from Sig there.
Yeah, without Glide, it'd be a little bit more problematic, but I think Sigma definitely has triple jump. I'm not sure if he has leveled up to quad jump.
I believe he has, yeah.
Yeah, so that makes that room significantly easier. If you just had double jump only and no Glide, then that could have been pretty torturous.
All right, as Mad Insane on the right heads over to the climb tree. Not quite going to get the clue yet because he hasn't been up in Sorrow. But
yeah, this is tree number 8, so he still does not know where that water vein is. I imagine he's going to altar out of here and head up. Or, yeah, okay, there it is.
Yeah, all right, and it was not in R3. Water vein is either the pickup underneath R4, which Sigma has unlocked, or it's going to be an R4, or it's going to be all the way over an L4.
Yeah, so for those of you unfamiliar, he doesn't. Good thing he didn't activate the Swamp Teleporter. He knew that the teleporter was going to be right there.
Yeah, that's incredible, man. Dude, this seed just knows. It just knows. But Sigma making the check down here.
And it's not the water vein.
All right, one more pickup.
Is Sigma going to get bailed out from the worst fate imaginable? He is not!
Oh my god! Oh no, there's one more!
Oh, okay, there's one more.
Oh no.
Alright. Wait, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so Sigma...
We got ahead of ourselves, Muffin.
Yeah. Oh man. Alright, come on. Come on, bless RNG, be L4. One time, dude. The L4 tournament seed is where it's at.
Yeah, so for those of you unfamiliar with the way Horu is laid out, most of the pickups are on the right side. We call like the 4 rooms R1 through R4.
Yeah.
Now, the left side doesn't have anything at all until you get to the final room, L4. So all this stuff you've seen Sigma do, we just got to do a whole bunch more stuff. Like it's a keystone.
Oh man. All right. Yeah. So as Fan was explaining, Sigma has to do 3 more rooms to unlock the next pickup. So 3 of these puzzle-ish rooms, they can be quite time expensive as well. But this also is probably going to bring him a little bit of comfort, right, Fan? Because I'm sure he wouldn't expect Matt to make the play to go directly L4.
No, and with Matt Insane, I talked to him before the match, and he's saying he's approaching Rando the way he normally approaches, not going to do anything crazy. But, you know, Matt Insane is kind of crazy already, so maybe he just decides to do L4 initially. That could gain quite a bit of time, but still not enough because, you know, Sigma, even if Matt Insane goes straight to L4, Sigma still has quite a bit of a lead here.
Yeah. And nicely done from Matt, just making really quick work of Sorrow. And he has the clue now to go over to Horu, so he's taking the Swamp Teleporter, and then he's going to head on over to Horu to begin his traversal. So we'll see exactly what Matt Insane opts to do once he enters there.
So, Muffin, where was wall interaction in this seed?
I don't
mean
know.
Double jump wall interaction. Actual, true, intended wall interaction.
Yeah, I wonder if it could actually just be grenade gated like Bash was, because we found grenade down in the lower 4 energy door in Moon Grotto, and I don't think you actually need wall interaction to do that, but maybe the energy cells were gated. So I don't know, but there's still lots of pickups on the right that are really inconvenient. Glazer is also in logic, yada yada yada. So could be in a lot of places.
Yeah, but unless it's the first pickup in L4, we're probably not going to see any form of it.
Yeah. Matt opting to also take the Horu Fields teleporter. This is a fine play. And Sigma now is going to be heading through this next room, and then I believe this is L2, so he's going to have 1 more room before he unlocks his next pickup.
Man, this is rough. I feel like if the water vein's in Horu, I feel like it disproportionately shows up in L4 for some reason.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Alright, so there it is. R3 is unlocked.
L3.
L3, yes, thank
Yes.
you. Letters are hard, man. Like, I struggle enough with words, but letters.
And L3 is pretty fun, if you haven't done it before.
Yeah. This is also actually really nice for the tournament, now that I'm thinking about it, man. We're getting to watch both Sigma and Matt Insane, 2 people known for their routing and going through seeds like consistently well. Just watching them work through the entirety of Horu is actually going to be a really nice reference material for people as they progress into the tournament.
Alright, so Matt Insane already did the validation XP, now doing the save drop XP that Sigma did. So this is, right now he's following Sigma exactly here. And probably gonna head to R4, or through the right side, sorry, not R4 directly. Though we are 40 minutes in, we do have pretty much all the skills, they were accessible early, so I wonder if maybe Matt Insane will try to like the metagame this and say like, man, Sigma's not done, maybe it's an L4, and I'll just go straight there.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see. As we see Matt Insane now climbing up vertically, and Sigma now done with L3. There is 1 pickup down here that he has unlocked before he ends up committing himself down to L4. But no, he's just going to opt instead to do L4 before checking that pickup.
Okay. Man, can't believe it's come to this, Muffin.
Yeah, this is the best.
Getting some lore from Matt Insane's side. I think we saw Sigma skip this cutscene.
Oh man, and there
it is.
In the last obtainable pickup. That is so fantastic, dude. What a seed. And look at this, Sigma's still going to be able to finish out the seed with a sub 50, most likely, if he's able to progress through Ginso Tree at a nice rate. That's pretty
there's still a couple more pickups in there, Muffin, but good enough. Being in L4, I say they're all equally awful, regardless of which one of the 3 it is.
Yeah, but yeah, Matt making the play on the right-hand side of Horu, so we're definitely going to see, most likely, Sigma walk away with this one, but still a very good match to watch, and Matt has been doing a great job working through this seed. It's been, like, so fun. Like, when he did that thing and be older, I couldn't believe that. We're gonna have to ask him about that if he comes in for an interview.
Yeah, I have to learn about that, because, yeah, I did not know you could do that.
Yeah.
Until today. Randomizer truly is interesting.
Yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, here we go. Sigma now in Ginso Tree, something that you usually actually see in the mid game, but it can come into the late game here as well. So we're going to see Sigma's most likely just not going to check anything else as he progresses through and just go straight for the tree itself before heading back to Horu for the final escape.
Yeah, I actually completely forgot that we still had Ginso to do, because we're like just in Horu and fire and lava for so long. It's like, okay, now he's going to altar out and head and do door warp again. It's like, oh yeah, we have this dungeon.
Yeah. I think my favorite thing too is that Dash could be in here. Which would be amazing to just find. Like if he makes it to Bash Tree and just ends up being Dash. That's what I'm secretly holding hope out for.
That's terrible. Yeah, I don't think Sigma's gonna check pretty much anything here. We may see like the Bash XP right by the Bash tree, but I can't imagine he's gonna go anywhere else. Oh, okay, never mind. He will get an ability cell for good measure.
Yeah, if you don't end up ghost storing there, the keystone is a free pickup. There we go. Just another energy cell. And so Sigma now with 10 out of 10 trees. He has Water Vein, he has Sunstone. He's going to be able to head to the final escape and be able to finish out this seed.
Yep.
But yeah, there we go. Nicely done from Matt. Going to be able to progress through that next room on the right-hand side before he heads... Oh, no, that was L1. Oh, interesting. So Matt actually making the play saying, just in case it's on left side, I am not going to get randoed by this and have to backtrack all the way up here. Which is actually pretty smart because getting to that vertical column is pretty time expensive once. I don't know if there's like some sort of rocket jump you could do or not.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a metagame play from Mad Insane. And we could ask him if this is his regular Horu route, but I think given how long the seed has gone and the caliber of opponent he's facing, I'm sure he's thinking, yeah, Sigma would be done by now, so it was L4. I'm just going to go get it now so I could be done with this.
Yeah. Ooh, Matt was really close to accidentally activating that rotating laser, but luckily he did not. And then just trying to stop the Matt taking a bit of a death. It's just going to have to do that one over. Not too bad. Nice save, though. Saving is definitely a skill in this game. It's pretty hard to do well. But yeah, here we go. Sigma, final escape.
Yeah, this should be pretty textbook. Locking dash and climb and wall jump, no big deal. As long as you have bash and charge jump, everything's going to go fast.
Yeah,
so,
really. Go on.
Yeah, we're not going to see any fancy strats at the end. Just no fish strats because you don't have dash, no grenade jump because we're lacking climb, unfortunately.
Yeah, what's really cool to see is Sigma's using that extra boost of speed that you get, returning the neutral inputs out of Bash, and then extending that using Glide and Double Jump to be able to get through some of these horizontal sections a little bit faster. Definitely awesome to see him bringing consistent high-level play in each portion of the seed. And without wall interaction, able to get up high enough to cause these Sigma rocks to spawn, and he is now holding right. GG's sake, he's going to be finishing out this round in the tournament with a winning score of 2 wins and 0 losses.
Man, so we're gonna be finishing this Horu L4 Water Vein seed well under 50 minutes. I can't like emphasize how crazy of a good time that is.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Like seeing people just be able to work their way through really insane seeds like this. Like having Bash, Double Jump, and Glide definitely helped with being able to get through Horu. But a lot of these sections are very difficult to do without one tiny little slip up. And then if you forget to do a save, boom, there's like a minute gone. So Sigma being able to mitigate a lot of time loss from mistakes, but then also just being able to work through this seed progressively with really excellent routing and decision. Really nicely done from Sig.
Man, pretty scary moment there for Mad Insane. Stomp into a laser, but has plenty of health to deal with it.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you're right, Fan. Mad definitely doing a bit of a meta play here, just heading over immediately to L4. Which is very interesting to see. Yeah, and dropping the save, and he's going to go directly for that Water Vein. So he's actually going to find Water Vein a lot quicker. As Sigma now crossing the finishing line with a time of 47:20. That is just so insane, getting an L4 seed without dash, mind you, and getting a sub 50. Nicely done.
Man. Yeah, just Sigma putting out a statement here. Like, yeah, you want to go up against this? Well, this is what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to sub 50 Horu L4 Water Vein Seed if you want to beat me.
Yeah, what a statement. And like just also in group stage, like we're not even halfway through groups yet. This is literally only the second round out of 5. Or not groups, excuse me.
Swiss. Yeah, Swiss.
Yeah, Swiss. And he's just like saying, hey, I'm one way away from getting into bracket phase, right? Qualifying for that. But even on that, he's doing it with these really insanely impressive times. Definitely making a statement.
Yeah, just a quick reminder, we have 5 rounds of this Swiss stage, and in order to make the bracket, you need to finish with a record of 3-2. So both these players right here are 1-0. Well, now 2-0 for Sigma and 1-1 for Mad Insane. So Sigma just has to win one more match to be qualified for brackets. Mad Insane 2.
Yeah, Mad most likely also knowing that Sigma has crossed the finish line because of SRL chat, Speedruns live chat. But progressing on the seed, gonna finish it out. That's awesome. I'm glad he's doing this. But also just checking some pickups, so maybe we'll end up finding that elusive wall interaction while he's on his way to clearing out his final tree act.
Yeah, dash and like climb or something being in Genso tree would be quite something. Especially with how late in the logic it's expected.
Yeah. Yeah, trying to charge jump into this mini boss. If you can do this, like charge jump deals an insane amount of damage. Yeah, nice, there it is. That allows him to skip some cycles, so nicely done for Mad. The timing on that can be pretty tight.
Yes, but oh, we're not going to get any more keystone pickups. Darn. Though we didn't get the Bash Tree XP from Sigma. We may see that from Mad Insane.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so he's activating.
It's right there, Mad Insane. It's
Come
right
on, man. Come on. What's 2 seconds anyway?
Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it?
No.
Nah.
We will never know.
Well, we'll never know, but that was Dash. It was it. 100%, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mad Insane now just has to head over to Horu, do door warp for a second time, and finish out the escape, which he should be more than comfortable doing. And oh yeah, I keep forgetting this. Yeah, the Horu teleporter. It's like, wait a minute, this doesn't look like Swamp.
Yeah, here we go. Matt is going to be doing his very own Horu revisit, and then he's going to be door warping one more time, doing that 1/60th of a second trick in order to enter the final escape.
The way he was moving, I was thinking he's gonna like try and do a save drop again, but nope. Reloading, gonna do the door warp. Oh, and he placed his save. Was it a little bit too far away so he couldn't actually enter the door?
Yeah, it looks like that might actually be the case. So
there we go. Okay.
He did a save anywhere to recorrect his standing position, and there it is. He's able to get door warp and start his very own final escape.
So I forget, what was it, an energy cell here? I think it was an energy cell. Which is kind of funny because this entire seed, they've had no way to spend any of their energy other than saves and charge flames.
Yeah, for sure. And Matt, in the final escape, is going to be probably just making quick work of these rooms as we saw Sig did. Yeah, there it is, just stomping the floor. With Bash and Glide and Quad Jump, it's definitely just so nice being able to work through these sections.
And plenty of health as well, so the poison water is not going to be an issue whatsoever.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like in a lot of seeds that we have seen throughout this tournament, like health has been like a major resource concern. But both of these runners just getting plenty of health. Not that they need it necessarily, but Matt doing some silly fish strats there to be able to get up high enough and past the Kuro trigger. And there it is. Mad Insane is now going to be holding right and finishing out the seed with a time that looks like it's going to be about a 53:45-ish.
Yeah, that's still a really good time for a seed like this.
Yeah, for sure. Any Horu visit, just like slap on an extra couple of minutes.
All right, well, I do see Sigma waiting around. What do you say we bring him in, Muffin?
Why don't we wait just a second so we can get Matt's end time? Sigma actually asked us to not spoil anything from what Matt Insane did during his run. So when we bring him in for the interview, we'll be able to ask him some questions too about his own performance that I'm really excited to hear about, fan.
For sure. Like if he accepted his fates and knew it was going to be L4 immediately and was just doing the right side out of stubbornness.
Yeah, he probably didn't even need the Horu clue. He just knew. Tree 9 Water Vein Horu. It had to be. It was fate. We were we'll talk about that when we bring Sig in. But Mad Insane indeed finishing with a 53-45. GG Mad. He is going to be taking a loss here today, but that does not mean he's out of the tournament by any stretch of the imagination. Definitely a strong contender to make it to brackets, and he still has 3 more matches ahead of him to be able to get those 2 wins he needs to be able to advance on in the tournament.
All right, and with that, Sigma, congratulations on the victory map.
Thanks, Van.
So, early on, you got quite a bit of skills, started like rushing trees, and you knew the water vein clue was coming on tree number 9. How sure were you that was going to be in Horu at that point?
I actually was completely blindsided by that. I wasn't expecting it at all, because I'd left like large chunks of many areas behind, which I can't remember now because I just spent like 15 minutes in Horu, but I was sure it was just going to be somewhere else, and I was like, yeah, I'm set up good for this. I have Grenade, you know, like I didn't leave behind any pickups in Misty. I could go back to Sorrow and check stuff fast. Like, things are looking pretty good. Then we saw that.
Yeah, so it's actually Muffin that was hoping for the Horu water vein pretty much from the start, so you can blame him for this one.
Yep.
I do want to say there was, I think, a couple key moments in that seed for me. The first one was when I found Grenade into Bash. I was like just about to go left side without Bash. I was hoping for a teleporter or any other skill, and I would have done it. I just didn't really want to go through like that spike climb without wall jumper climb, because that just makes it even more awkward than it already is. And then when I found that, I felt like really good, because I was like, okay, Mad Insane is totally the kind of guy who would go left side without Bash, but I found it like pretty fast, so you know, things are looking good. And then when we got the Horu clue, it's like, aha, it's Horu. But like, I felt good about that because I played well up to that point. You basically need Bash to navigate Horu in a non-totally crap way. So I was like, okay, if Matt actually did, you know, sequence break left side Bashless, then I'm in an awesome position because I'll have Bash for Horu, and Horu is like insanely hard without it. So felt good. And then I finished the right side without finding the water vein. I was like, oh my gosh, because I could definitely see somebody like rolling the dice and just going left side first, because it's way less likely to work. But if you might feel behind, it could be the play. And as I was like entering Horu, I actually thought about just doing left side first in case he did that, but I figured I was reading way too deeply into it, and I should just make the high probability play, which you know, we got a tour.
Yeah, for sure. So when you're considering your route and stuff, say, do you take your opponent into consideration a lot? Do you try and like meta certain areas you think they're going to check, or do you just decide to stick to your own guns?
I try not to like meta play anybody too much. I try to just play the seed like as best as I can, like for the best possible average time that I can go for, and like not really go to my way for something specific that I know they might check, because I'm okay with losing to just some, you know, low percentage, like 5% check of Glazer or something like that gets them a skill that wins. If I win, you know, the other 95% of races because I'm just playing really efficiently.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds really reasonable.
Yeah, so I guess bringing it back to Horu, because that was a big portion of the seed. We've seen Horu show up a couple times in the tournament. Is that something like you've ever like strictly practiced for the randomizer? You just kind of like know the casual strats or like the all cells stuff, and just based off of that?
I mean, I played glitchless a long time ago, and I've played a couple of categories. Like I did a couple of runs of 100%, and like one run of some all cells, not bound, stuff like that. So I'm used to the horror rooms. I'm used to the horror rooms just from the occasional rando that goes in there, but it's definitely not something I focus practice on because you really don't expect to have to do it. I'm just glad that I had bash and triple jump, because doing horror without bash is just terrible.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, it truly is. So Sig, now in the tournament you're up 2-0, and there's 3 more rounds of Swiss for you. Looking forward throughout the rest of the Swiss, who are some opponents that you might like to face up against in the next 3 rounds? And are you feeling confident with just having a clean sweep of getting into brackets?
I don't feel confident at all. I don't think there's anybody in 2-0 that I would like to face. I think they'll all be really hard games. So I'm happy to be here though, because it means I just need to get 1 out of the next 3, and like there's a lot of insanely scary players in 1-1 and even 0-2 that I could easily see myself losing a game to. So I'm happy to just be in this position so that I can just win 1 out of 3 games and be set for bracket.
Yeah, for sure. All right, awesome, Sigma. Well, congratulations again on your win, and thank you so much for joining us for an interview. We also have Mad Insane on the deck, so we're going to bring him down. Fans, do you have any final questions for Sig before we bring in Mad to the discussion?
I guess one last thing for Sigma. You want us to kick you out of here so we don't spoil you on the match results and what Mad Insane did throughout the run?
Yeah, thanks guys. I really want to watch this one back because I know he would have been something both mad and insane, true to his name. So I'll let the surprise unfold when I do the rewatch. But
yeah, there are a couple funny moments.
It's
That's all I will say.
It's pretty great.
And GG Mad.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Sig. GG. Sigma's going to be up 2-0 heading into the next round, but we are also joined by Mad Insane. Mad, GG, man.
Thanks.
So, I can't wait to ask this question. I just have to ask, right in the beginning of the seed, when you're in Blackroot Burrows, you did this really crazy strat with charge jump I've never seen. You glitched out the boulder and then you destroyed it. Was this something that you've known about for a while? I've never seen that before. I didn't know that was possible.
Oh yeah, I've been doing that ever since I knew it was possible, because it saves you having to get the Frankie to stomp 3 times. So it's like a very, very minor time save, I guess. And also it makes it so the ball doesn't actually push you anymore, but I mean, that doesn't really matter that much.
That is so incredible. That's so cool, man.
All right, I feel like I'm asking all the Horu questions, and that will continue. So your Horu route did like the standard validation XP, the save drop pickup, and then heading into R1. But after that, you decided to go straight left side all the way down to L4. Is that something that you typically do in your Horu route, or is that like kind of a meta game play given how late into the seed it was and who you were?
That's what I do every time I go through Horu. I don't know. I think it's because I think that there's more pickups. You can get to pickups faster on, because there's like a bunch in L4. There's 2 in L4, and then there's like not that many in the right side. So I go R1 first and then full left side. And it's not that much slower to get back up to like R2 afterwards if you have like charge jump and bash.
It's really interesting. I have to look into that more. And you also made the play for grabbing Horu Field's TP. Is that also something that you just end up doing whenever you get a Horu seed?
Well, I mean, I'm definitely going to have to go back to Horu anyway.
Right.
It kind of, I'm pretty sure it's faster. I'd guess it's probably faster by quite a bit than just going to Swamp TP. So
yeah, so about the Swamp TP, that was pretty funny. You didn't find out about this. So Sigma did clear R1 through R4 and then L1 to L4. but I think it was in R4, so I actually got the swamp TP down there. But he also did the same play where like neither of you activated the swamp TP itself and just did the Horror TP. I thought that was pretty funny.
I completely forgotten that I didn't actually. Did I ever not get the swamp TP? I guess I probably didn't, because I probably forgot about it. But I wasn't intending for that to do that if that was the case.
Yeah, I know you went over there, but I don't recall if you activated it or not.
Right.
That's pretty cool. So going back a little bit earlier into the seed, kind of in the mid-game section, when you ended up finding Grenade in the bottom of Moon Grotto behind that 4 energy door, did you felt like you were like ahead or behind, or were you just like, oh, here's Grenade, and then going into that bash pickup? Tell me a bit about that.
I was glad to see Grenade because it means that that's one way that I can't get screwed over by the seed, but the seed decided otherwise anyway. But I wasn't really thinking that I was too far behind by that point. So
nice.
But when I got the bash pickup, I knew I could have gotten that a lot earlier. So that was when I knew that I was definitely behind by that point.
All right. Well, it looks like we have time for another question. Fant, do you have any last questions?
No, nothing from me, Muffin.
All right, then, Mad, one more question for you. Going through this tournament, you're not out yet by any stretch of the imagination. You're just 1-1 for your score right now. So going into the next phase, how are you feeling about your next opponent?
I'm not too concerned about my next opponent because so far I've faced 2 of the scariest people that I can think of for singles. There's still quite a few left, but I expect most of them will be continuing with no losses, so I might have a bit of an easier time than Sigma and Hydra, hopefully.
Awesome, dude. That sounds good. Well, this is going to do it for us for this match, folks. Mad, thank you so much for joining us for an interview, and good luck in your future matches. I can't wait to see what strats and times you actually end up bringing to the table. It's always such a great watch to see you go through a randomizer. But I am Covert Muffin, and major shout outs to people behind the scenes. Major thanks to Meldon for restreaming for us today, and then Skull Blocka and Gecko for laying down those words in the truck behind the scenes and giving us useful stats throughout the match. But Fant, thank you so much, man.
Yeah, it's been really fun. What a great match. And we do have a little bit more Ori for you today. Coming up at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have Hal versus Meldon. We do not have a channel signed for that yet, so stay tuned. We'll get updates for you as soon as they are available. But I think that's it. Muffin, it's been great.
Yeah, thanks, Fant. See you guys.